A natural person in full life, impropria persona, sui juris or habitus, my nationality and citizenship being Moorish American national, unconditional heir, apparent vessel for the Moroccan Empire, I come under protection by way of...
It's happened again, folks. Another self-proclaimed sovereign citizen stepping into the courtroom, brimming with confidence, convinced they can sidestep the legal system. This time, the stakes are high. They're facing domestic violence charges. Armed with a handful of legal jargon, they attempt to talk their way out of trouble. Spoiler alert, the judge listens but isn't buying it for a second. But here's the real head-scratcher. Why do sovereign citizens keep trying this? Do they honestly believe the law just doesn't apply to them? Case after case, we see these dramatic courtroom clashes, yet the outcome is almost always the same: they lose. Still, they press on, convinced they've uncovered some hidden legal loophole the rest of us missed.
And who is the individual? And sir, what is your name at the jail?
I'm Roman Kempiel. I can place my status on the record if you like.
Yeah, hold on one sec. Yeah, I'll get to you. 1 second. I need to look over some things. Are you representing yourself?
No, sir, I'm not representing myself. I'm presenting myself.
Okay. I mean, do you have is a court-appointed attorney going to be speaking with you, or are you going to have a retained attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, calling case Tom King 25 William Boyd 00474 in the matter of Roman Curtis Campbell. Mr. Campbell, would you please state your name for the record?
Yeah, I like to state
Just tell
my
me your
name.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, all I have to do is say it.
I'm Roman Curtis Kempiel, a natural person in full life.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Mr. Campbell. Let's try not to talk together. I mean, I'm going to allow you plenty of time to talk because I have to. But are you representing yourself here today? You don't need an attorney, or you want an attorney?
No, sir, I'm not representing myself. I'm presenting myself. I don't need another man to present.
So are you presenting yourself? So you don't want an attorney, you're presenting yourself here today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir, for that.
You're welcome.
You're charged with domestic violence, as I've indicated. MCL 750.81. It carries a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail, possible fines of $500 and/or both, not including any court costs. I am going to enter a plea on your behalf of not guilty on this offense. You will be given an additional, and you're also charged with refusal for collecting fingerprints and data, which the court is ordering that you do that. As I've indicated, I'm entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf for this matter. I'll indicate that you're self-representing at this time as well. I do have some other conditions for you before I set bond. You're not to have any direct or indirect contact with Marissa, Maurissa Smith. You're not to return to the premises known as... Celeste Road.
That's my home.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep going, and then I'm gonna take all your questions at the end. So, no problem.
You assaulted your partner in your own home, and now she has every right to stay there until she finds a safe place. That's not up for debate. It's just how the law works. Yet some people walk into court acting like they're the real victims, as if holding them accountable is some kind of injustice. The entitlement is staggering. Here's an easy way to avoid this mess. Don't harm your partner. It's that simple. Actions have consequences, and losing the right to stay in your own home is just one of them. But the bigger issue, the refusal to take responsibility. It's not just frustrating, it's a serious problem. And while this mindset has existed for ages, lately, it feels like it's reached a whole new level.
Road, West Bloomfield. You will not assault, beat, verbally harass, intimidate, or threaten any potential witnesses. Person may appear for all court proceedings. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court, and immediately notify the court in writing of any change of address or phone number. You need to provide the court with a valid address within 24 hours of your release. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. You will not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. You shall refrain from using alcohol, any form of THC, illegal drugs, or using any medication. You must contact pretrial services within 24 hours of your release. That's at the 48th District Court in Bloomfield Hills. Pick up no new criminal offenses. And I understand you're self-representing yourself here today. The court will set a bond in the amount of $1,500 cash surety, no 10%. Sir, do you understand your bond, what I read off to you, your bond conditions?
Yeah, I understand all of that, but all of that.
Okay, now I'm gonna take your questions right now. Thank you very much. So what question do you have for the court?
Can I place my status on the record, sir?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, I'm Roman Curtis Kempiel. I'm a natural person in full life, in propria persona, sui juris or habitus. My nationality and citizenship being Moorish American national, unconditional heir, apparent vessel for the Moroccan Empire. I come at Northwest Mexum, at North America, North Gate, Turtle Island. I come under protection by way of Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1836, between the United States Service Corporation and the Moroccan Empire. I also would like everybody else that's involved with this matter to place their status on the record, and so that it can be noted. And also, I'm not representing myself. I'm presenting myself. Not only that, I'm not standing a surety to Roman Curtis Kempiel in all capital letters, ins legis, corporate entity. So that be noted for the record, please, sir. I also reside in domicile at. That's my address. That's my home. The defendant, witness, or whoever that is, Marissa, she doesn't live there, and so that's where I was kidnapped from. That's my home, sir.
Okay, and I will allow you to go back there one time and one time only with a police escort to obtain some minor personal property. That's with a police escort only. Otherwise, you cannot go back to that location. You have another court date coming up. Your next court date is going to be your pretrial date. That date will be provided to you prior to you bonding out. If not, you're going to have to contact the 48th District Court in Bloomfield Hills. Other than that, best of luck to you, sir. Officer, we're all set here. Thank you very much for your time.
If I could, Your Honor, we would like the refusal of the booking process that he not be released until that is completed.
Absolutely. He must submit, as it relates to the booking, he must submit to the booking processing in this information, including fingerprints, which is the biometric data. He must provide that information prior to release as well. You're all set, officer. Thank you.
So I'd like one more thing, sir. I'd like to invoke my treaty right to consular jurisdiction. I've been asking someone to be that's competent in the notification and access manual, and I haven't been given that right. My rights have been violated as far as all of that's concerned. Also, so
okay, make sure you mention that to the judge when you see the judge. So thank you very much, sir, for that. And officer, we're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, must submit the biometric.
I have to say, I'm genuinely shocked that sovereign citizens don't protest fingerprinting. You'd expect them to scream, "Absolutely not. My fingerprints are my sovereign property. You can't take them." But nope, that's not the hill this guy chose to die on. Instead, he went full delusion mode, declaring himself royalty from some mysterious empire. An empire? Really? Where's the palace? The crown? It's honestly mind-blowing how far these folks will stretch reality just to convince themselves the law doesn't apply to them. The logic? Non-existent. But don't go anywhere, because if you thought this was absurd, wait until you hear about the next sovereign citizen who's just as convinced they can argue their way out of reality. Let's get into it.
Pre-trial because he wasn't able to get to Panama City.
Okay. Come on up, Mr. Williams. Okay.
Judge, he had been offered a pretrial intervention. We had supplied that to him, and I'm not sure what his intentions are. All right.
You understand a pretrial intervention is an agreement you have with the state that's basically supervised by the probation and parole, and then the case is dismissed if you successfully complete that term.
Could you repeat it?
Pretrial intervention is a program that's offered by the state, and it's supervised by the Florida Department of Corrections. It's like probation, but it's not probation. It's an agreement that if you successfully complete the pretrial intervention, the state drops the charges against you.
I spoke with my public defender and he gave me the terms and the things that I have to do, and I didn't agree with him.
Okay,
And I don't understand.
sir?
I don't understand. So like the charges would be dropped.
If you successfully.
If you did all those
You have
terms.
to abide by those terms and conditions, and the case would be dropped.
Could I ask a couple questions?
You ask Mr. Meredith.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke with him shortly. I didn't really get all I really spoke of, what we went over was the terms.
We had several phone conferences that were scheduled.
Yeah, we missed a lot due to the time difference.
Sir?
I said, but we missed a lot due to the time difference.
He was on Eastern time and he would call an hour late.
I mean, a pretrial intervention is about as good as it gets. If you can take it or not take it, are we ready to set it for trial?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to do trial.
Well, then Mr. Meredith has done exactly what he's supposed to do for you. He's got the very best deal worked out for you. If you abide by the terms and conditions of the pretrial intervention, the state will dismiss the charges.
So the charges are brought upon me are by the state.
Well, who do you think brought them?
I thought I had a party.
Huh?
I thought it was an injured party.
The injured party, aren't they dope cases?
What is the jurisdiction of it? Is it criminal or
I
civil?
don't think you're near as smart as you think you are.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, you're not. Your possession of a controlled substance, giving false name, causing adverse effect. I guess there could be a victim on that. And resisting officer without violence. So, I don't know anything about the case, but it looks like you might have got a false, gave somebody else's name.
You just told me that the state was the.
The state's the only person who can charge you. Nobody else can charge you. It's the state. The victims can't charge you. They're just the alleged victims. They can't charge you. They can't do anything except make a complaint. But you've got offered a pretrial intervention. If you do the pretrial intervention, the state will drop the charges against you. If you don't meet the pretrial intervention, you come back to court and you start your defense again.
I don't miss to argue the facts.
So let's set it for trial.
Yes, sir.
Let's set it for May 5th at 8. Let's set it for June. What was that June date?
June 2nd.
June 2nd at 8:30. And will be May 23rd
Yes, sir.
at 1:30 for trial management. And if you change your mind and want to enter the pretrial intervention, you probably need to discuss that with Mr. Meredith. But remember, he's on Eastern Standard Time. Okay?
I'm on
He's
Central.
Central Standard Time. You're on Eastern Standard Time.
This guy had the easiest way out. All charges could have been dropped, but instead, he's marching straight into trial, facing a judge with zero patience for sovereign citizen nonsense. Seriously, was it really that hard to stay quiet and walk away with just a slap on the wrist? Now, he's only making things worse. It's wild how these folks still believe they can waltz into court, spew some legal buzzwords, and magically escape consequences. That has never worked, ever. And yet, more and more people keep falling for it. They skim one misleading post online and suddenly think they can just opt out of the law. But the courts, they shut it down every single time. Cases like United States v. Slade prove judges aren't playing along. All these guys are doing is wasting time and digging themselves deeper. But what do you think? Did this guy actually believe his own argument, or was he just hoping for a miracle? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe. I post daily. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.